Hello and welcome to Workhorse Wrestling Network presents Friday Night Fights live Rampage watch along. And
it's been a week.
It's been a week.
Been a week.
Been a week.
Oh my god, I am so ready for All Out, y'all.
There's a lot of wrestling this weekend.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's a way to start off the show.
Mine's just now pyro going off. Nothing's actually happened yet.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So, all right.
Right?
We have the trios finals of the Best Friends versus Dark Order.
Kicking off the show. Hey.
Trying to...
I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I wonder if that means, I don't know. I wonder if that means something will happen. I don't know.
Good. What's the main event?
Hangman Omega, All Out.
Well, I mean, they on live rampages, they tend to start with the main event first. So,
yeah. Why is Danhausen in the ring?
You know what he's there to do.
Besides piss me off, I'm never sure.
How can you not like Danhausen?
Because he's corny and hokey. I understand that wrestling to a certain extent is corny and hokey, and I guess I take it too serious, but he's just too jokey for me. I just can't.
AEW doesn't like a lot of people.
That's true.
I mean, I am not one to talk because I have the same thing happen to me. I mean, Orange Cassidy did what a lot of people wanted to do.
Orange Cassidy.
He is so talented to be able to do this and make it look like he's doing nothing.
Orange Cassidy?
Yeah.
I agree he's talented, but I don't like the shtick. I just think it's dumb.
It works. It works.
It does work.
It does work. He's over. It just, I don't know. I'm a grumpy old man. It just doesn't move the needle for me. I don't know what to say. I don't know. He irritates me.
If one of you guys has a Twitter, can you ask Tony Khan to give me Buddy versus Mox?
Oh.
There you go.
I think CHK blocked my main account.
Really?
All I said was he may need to change his supplier because he is obviously doing the wrong thing.
See, what had happened was...
That's all I said. It wasn't anything bad.
It wasn't anything bad.
I mean, it's not anything that I've called him on my burner account, so not bad. I don't know why, but this match is actually really interesting to me.
Yeah, no, this is a good match. I'm not sure who I think's gonna actually win. I kind of think Best Friends is gonna win, but I'm not totally sure.
Why?
Because they're so over, and they just, I don't know. I think that they would be a good finals match at All Out, and I don't know. I could even see them potentially winning the whole thing somehow. I mean, just because they're so kind of popular, and to give them the first run with the belts, and then I don't know.
This is so dumb.
I totally understand where you're coming from, but I think they'll be the ones to take the belts from the first folks.
Yeah.
And or Trent goes heel. I don't know which one will happen first.
Interesting.
Like, here's the thing with this Elite and Dark Order Heyman adjacent story. It's like, I feel like we're missing the B part of this story. You know, it feels like, I don't know, I'm not going to say rushed, but I think the whole Omega coming back, and they said nothing about Omega and Heyman pay. I'm missing, like, part B.2 of this story to be
And-
fully into it.
They never touched Adam Cole and Kenny, or like them turning on them.
Right?
With Bobby Fish now gone, like what does that mean? And Kyle O'Reilly being out and having like fusion surgery, what does that mean?
Okay, so has Bobby Fish's contract expired? Like it's done?
Yes. Like 2 days
Yesterday.
ago, per every report I've heard, or something like
Yeah.
that. A couple days ago.
Yeah. Which to me is very dumb. He is very talented, and the fact that he has that like wrestling, well, mixed martial arts background, you can utilize him with like what's the real name?
So let me ask you guys a question. Let me ask you all a question. In all seriousness, what really defines the megastar wrestlers from the lower tier guys that never quite make it? I mean, in my opinion, Bobby Fish has everything it seems to make it, but he doesn't. Is that a Bobby Fish issue? Is that a WWE issue? Is that an AEW issue? Is that a Ring of Honor issue? I mean, it can't be everybody else's issue, right? I mean, there's got to be something that we don't see or know about Bobby Fish that is impeding his ability from getting to that plateau, right? I mean, otherwise, I mean, because other guys get there. I mean, I guess I just don't. I'm not totally clear on what you have to do to be a top guy.
Is it injuries? Is he injury prone?
I mean, I'd have to look a little bit more at his career. I'm not like an encyclopedia on his career or wrestling in general, so I don't know. Maybe someone else knows more, but I mean, I know he's had a couple injuries, but I don't know that I would call him injury prone, as best I know.
I do know he's older, but
yeah, but that's what I mean. I mean, but he's been wrestling for 25 years, like, and he's still just kind of a mid-carder. I mean, even on NXT, yeah, with the Undisputed Era, he was pretty high up there, but he was always kind of like the lower man on the team at that, right? Like behind everybody else, kind of. I mean, always kind of the last guy in line, it seemed. I mean, you know, so I don't know. It's weird.
No.
I guess it's just how you get over. Maybe he just doesn't. I don't know.
Now,
I don't. Go ahead.
Now, it's like, so everybody doesn't have to be in the stratosphere of Hulk Hogan or Stone Cold or The Rock, right?
Definitely not.
I think in his lane, which is a mid card, but can help with a top tier storyline, he was there. Like, what was it, like months ago when it was Adam Cole with his Hangman and he was just throwing out them dumb behind lines off mic that really stole the show. So for what he was, I think he deserved his contract renewed, especially just giving us Elite versus Red Dragon.
We all wanted it.
Everybody was there.
Shit.
Ooh.
This match has been really good.
So good.
So I like John Silver a lot, but I think he poses too often. Like, it was cool the first couple times he flexed his muscles, but now he does it like every 2 seconds. It's a little much.
It's a question of who's telling him to do that too.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Like,
probably.
Like that's your gimmick.
Oh, the cheerleader move.
Speaking of Bobby Fish, though, that top rope finisher he does, I really like it.
Yeah, I like Bobby Fish a lot. I mean, I'm not sure I'm not sure I see what he's missing that everybody else, or that's keeping him from being a really, you know, top level main event guy. I don't know.
MLW, though?
Yeah.
He has dates with them?
Yeah. Oh, he has dates with them now already?
That's what I had thought.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Is it maybe like they don't know how to really book him? Like, you see Bobby Fish and you think he's going to wrestle one way and he doesn't really.
Yeah.
So they don't really know how to fit him. It's kind of like before Adam Cole became Adam Cole Baby. He was good, but he wasn't landing. And then you add the Baby and give him more arrogance, give him more swag. It works. It's like Kenny Omega when he was in WWE for that time.
hell, an ROH show of Dax Harwood versus Bobby Fish. That would have been a match I would have been interested in seeing.
Yeah, for sure.
I would
Yeah, I
have
mean, at
liked
least put Fish, at least sign Fish to Ring of Honor. I mean, he's at least a good enough guy to be on your Ring of Honor pay-per-views or your show. I mean, give me a break.
CHK messed up by letting him go and by letting Stu go.
I mean, I guess I wouldn't be too mad if he ends up back in WWE with Roderick Strong and they end up doing something. But say
yeah.
is Roderick Strong from whatever he's got shitstorm he's got going on over there. Shit show he's got.
What does he got going on exactly? Like
Yeah, right.
pairing him up with Bobby Fish, sending them to the main roster as a tag team.
Yeah, I'm all in on that.
The story has to be there, but
Oh.
it can work.
Oh,
Roddy is boring. I'm sorry, he's boring.
That's messed up.
He's more
No Roddy
entertaining
slander.
than Ronda. I'll give him that.
He's more
But
entertaining than Ronda.
He's another one that has it, but not. He doesn't have it. I just don't.
Just that one turn to the left to make him a actual star.
Like
Maybe,
Hangman.
not a big star, but a star.
But you remember, like with Hangman wasn't really that big star. He was in Bullet Club for a long time.
Oh,
But he didn't pop off for a while. And then it switched.
Yeah.
And now he's Hangman. Like you know Hangman.
right.
Oh.
And that's why being good in the ring is beneficial to you. Because if you're good in the ring, you can do you can put him in matches after match, and then until we get his character down, just let his ring work be his character.
Yeah, I almost think that Bobby Fish is almost too technical a wrestler. Like I think.
Oh yeah.
Some of it's. Oh, was that it? That was
No.
two. That was three.
That was two. According to Bryce, it was two.
I was shocked for a split second, and I said
2 and 9
oh,
tenths.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Geez, that made me forget my whole train of thought.
It got
I was gonna say I think Bobby Fish might be too technical. Like, I get bored with guys that only do 2 and 3 moves, but I think doing 25 and 30 moves sometimes can be a little too much, or too many technical like submissions that are too hard for people to see or to really like connect with. You do have to have some explosive type moves
that,
too. And
that was 3.
You see, I see.
That was 3.
Bobby Fish more as a striker.
That was 3.
Yeah, 3.
That was 3.
Whoa! All right. See, I was wrong. There you go. It's Dark Order.
I like this. Is going to be interesting.
Yeah,
this is the match I'm interested in.
It'll be a good finals. It all out.
I pull for Dark Order. I think Adam Cole might cost the Elite the match.
Yeah, I guess he's been cleared, right?
I don't. Has it ever stopped him? No.
No, but I guess he is cleared to come back. So I mean,
yeah. I love this for Eddie. I love this
right?
Me too. He got the snack slimy upside his head.
Right?
This is great. Oh God.
When stuff like that is on the pre-show, I'm hoping for a very good pay-per-view.
Right?
That needs to be the last match on the pre-show. That needs to open the pay-per-view, to be quite honest. Like, they're still fighting in the ring as the pay-per-view opens.
It's going to be a long pay-per-view.
But it's got
it's going to have like 14 matches or something.
I mean, starting a pay-per-view with a pull-apart brawl after a match, just like...
That would be so good. I would love that.
I mean, it would be different for AEW.
So it is a commercial here, huh?
If anybody could do it, it's Eddie Kingston, though.
Yeah.
And think about the buy-in is that the buy-in is supposed to make you want to watch it. So if that brawl is like, and now All Out is starting now, and it goes black. Like, dude.
I am having
and also just let Eddie Kingston just go on the mic. So pull apart brawl, Eddie Kingston on the mic, and then you have Tony Schiavone just be like, all right, the pay-per-view is starting now.
I think I think ALW said he couldn't hear.
That's what he said. Oh,
Yeah.
that happened to me last. Like I think the first time where, my phone was ringing, and then when I got back to y'all, the volume went down for some reason. So I had to go in and go back out.
Yeah, I don't even try the phone.
I'm on my niece's tablet right now.
I got my computer and I have my phone to watch Rampage, and we'll go there.
but back to Bobby Fish. You good? You good, wise man? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm back now. That was weird.
Okay.
I
Okay.
couldn't hear anything for a minute. Like I could see everything, but I couldn't hear anything.
Like I said, like we could handle the whole is he a top star later.
Right.
I think his main mission in AEW was for Red Dragon to face the Elite. Now,
I
if
agree.
he was hurt, then you can wait. That match is worth waiting for. It really was.
Give me Bobby Fish versus Matt Jackson. Not Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson.
I mean, I guess they've been tag team champions, in several places. So, I mean, I guess they've been kind of at the top of what they do. So, I guess maybe, he has had a pretty successful career. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure he probably sees it as successful, but at the same time, I mean, they haven't. When was the last time he, headlined WrestleMania or All Out? Or I mean, I think Elite versus Red Dragon could be a main event at a show like All Out. I mean, they're both that good, but obviously we're not getting that right now, or maybe never. So I don't know. I guess like I said, they've been at the top of the tag team division, so maybe that's good enough.
Yeah, depends on who you ask.
Honestly, I think Bobby Fish and Brian Myers would be a good match.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't like Brian Myers or Matt Cardona. I think of them as fucking the same person, and fuck them both.
Not a fan of the Edgeheads?
No, I don't like either of them. Zach Hawkins, Kurt Ryder, Kurt Hawkins, Zach Ryder, whatever the fuck their names are. Zach Ryder, Hawkins, Kurt, whatever.
I mean, that's how they debuted on TV, though. They dressed up as Edge and pretended to be Edge in the ring.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind Red Dragon versus Bobby Daniels. I mean, sorry, Bobby.
Bobby
Red
Daniels.
Dragon versus Bobby Danielson.
Just morphing all the people together, huh?
It's B's and there's D's. It's like Bobby Fish versus Danielson. That would have been a main event for this Dynamite. It's
no doubt.
Red Phoenix versus
Ray Phoenix.
One of the Martins. No. Is that a jobber? No. Yes.
I don't know. Ray's still coming to the ring. I guess I'm a little slow. Oh yeah, whoever he's facing is already in the ring, so it's definitely a jobber.
Yeah, you don't have an entrance.
If you don't have an entrance, you're a jobber for sure.
The main event, no one had an entrance on the show,
but they're both in there though.
I guess that's true, but they're both in there.
That's also true.
I mean, I don't even think it gave the guy. Did it even give the guy a fucking? Did it say who he was? At all?
Blake Christian.
Oh, Blake Christian. Is that really who it is? I can't even see.
All I know, I saw Christian on my captions. So
that's my bad. Blake Christian is a really good independent wrestler. This should be really good.
Blake Christian?
He's getting it.
Blake Christian was getting roasted on Twitter, and I felt bad for him.
For what?
He used to date Cora Jade.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
And then Shawn Breaker. Ray Phoenix defies the laws of physics.
Right?
He's just water, man. He just flows.
Oh.
Lucha Underground, if it had been funded, it would have been ooh.
When you think of some of the names that were in Lucha Underground at that time, like, holy crap.
I maintain Ricochet would work perfectly as Prince Puma again. Just put the mask on, tell him to shut up, and keep it going. He cannot talk. I'm sorry. He talks, and everybody's just like.
I mean, he's gotten better, but
Yeah, he's the kind of guy that would benefit from somebody talking for him for sure.
Mm-hmm.
A Stokely Hathaway, somebody like that.
Yeah, it's Blake Christian.
Yep. Yeah, it is. I'm watching on my phone and I'm a little far away and I'm blind and old, and so I didn't recognize him at first, and my captions are too small for me to read. I don't even know I have them on. So
good sir, I need you to get you some bifocals, sir. Get you some bifocals.
For sure. I need to eventually grow up and be responsible.
Because Zenny has
overrated.
the stuff for like $200 for the lenses and the frames.
Nice. Oh,
that was good. That was
a
a
nasty
good little squash.
Yeah.
And he didn't hurt himself, so hey, I have hope for Sunday now.
I mean, Blake Christian has been doing really good on the independent scene, so it's a little disappointing to see him squash, but at the same time, it's against Ray Phoenix, and I guess he should be squashing guys because he's so good.
This was a good, like he got enough in. It wasn't like a squash, like he didn't do jack. It was.
No, yeah. I'd rather see him debut against like a Dante Martin though, where it's a little less like. I see if Ray Phoenix is a bigger star than Dante Martin, so like they can go a little longer with a guy like Dante Martin as opposed to Ray Phoenix. But it is what it is. Here we go. I guess we get a hooker promo.
That sounds so nasty.
I know, right? I usually just say like Hook Gang or something, but SP3 is always on that hooker thing, so.
I don't understand.
Hookers Unite. Oh.
It was creepy when everybody thought he was like 18 or so, and then everyone found out how old he was, and the lust just got more.
How old is he? I missed that. How old is he actually?
Yeah.
22 or so.
22.
He's in his 20s.
I was actually doing that about Jericho on commentary there.
JAS.
Why are they here?
Why are they here?
Why do they exist? You know what?
I don't know.
I refuse. And I like Ruby and I like Ortiz, but I cannot.
And if they're not, there you go. If they're not going to win, I don't want to see this.
They're still kissing.
It's like it's not even kissing. It's just tongues. That's all it is.
It's just making out. It's just tongues. Just
like two cats that are dirty.
Two cats that are dirty.
They are dirty.
Well, there's that.
So I think that my screen is behind CM, but ahead of ALW.
I love how we're all like in different intervals here. I have Ruby and whatchamacallit coming to the ring right now. Ortiz coming to the ring right now.
Same. Ortiz looks very upset.
Right?
Hey, Mookie.
Ortiz just entered the ring for me.
Same.
So
So not the
They're
ring.
both. I mean, Ruby's on the outside doing.
They're still in the ramp.
Oh, for you? Oh.
Okay. So we didn't really say it before, but welcome anybody that's joining, listening. Thank you to all of our subscribers and people that watch us. Anyone that wants to chat, we'd love to interact with you. We're here to talk with you guys, so please feel free.
Please give me something to do besides having to watch those two swallow each other's faces.
All right, so because they're trying to make this work, it's not going to work. They try to like all right, put him back to Chris Jericho. No, this is still trash. I need them to die.
This is still trash.
I'm gonna say something. I need this to burn in a bonfire and start again. Honestly, it's just because I like Ty with Anna. Guevara was cool by himself. Them together sucks.
Yeah. Sammy's so good, but I don't like him in this particular shtick or gimmick, whatever the hell he's doing right now with Tay and Ty. Sorry.
Like with
I
Becky
appreciate.
herself, they tried it, but it didn't work. So they did the one match, and then they moved on.
Yeah.
I appreciate the crap out of Ortiz.
Yeah, I think Ortiz is a really good wrestler who's very underrated.
Mm-hmm.
Proud and
Personally,
powerful.
I prefer
Both of them.
Santana.
Santana and Ortiz are both underrated. Where is Santana? I haven't seen him in a minute.
He's hurt.
Yeah.
Is he? Okay.
He got hurt during War Games, which is so unfortunate. It was like the first 10 seconds, and it was basically a slam, and that was it.
It wasn't War Games.
Blood and guts.
The match beyond.
Blood and guts.
Oh yeah, because WWE is petty like that. I forgot. You know what? Does anybody watch Big Brother? Or like have you been on Twitter and like seen the BB24 hashtag? There was a dude named Kyle, and Kyle had a girlfriend named Alyssa, and they were, very much like the couple that's in this match. Just each other's face, just swallowing it. Came time for, smain time, and 10 seconds is all that he wrote. This reminds me of that.
That's funny.
Oh man.
I also think this whole Eddie versus Sammy thing isn't over.
It shouldn't be. Like both y'all, well, more so Sammy, be grown behind men and have the match. It's like get together, do the match. Don't even care if it's on a Dynamite, but yes, do the match.
I think he got his little pride hurt because he got mushed in the face.
But it was a mush. It was a mush.
He should do something about having such a punchable face.
Yeah, I mean, AEW often has long-term storytelling or long-term booking. I assume at some point we'll come back to Eddie and Sammy. I mean, that's going to come around. And
I think it happens on Sunday. At some point.
Huh?
I think it's Sunday. I think he will cost Eddie the match.
Yeah.
And that is how this feud restarts.
I can see that. Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
Because Sammy doesn't have a match for All Out, does he?
Sammy Guevara?
Yeah.
Not at the moment. Not that I'm aware of.
It's hilarious to me that flip phones are a thing again.
I like it came back. I do.
Like it's just full screen flip phone.
Give me those old school prices, and I'll be happy about a flip phone too.
But like just that emotion of you know what? Bye.
That gift is like hilarious when that guy's like
can do that with a smartphone. I'm bye. Bloop, bloop, bloop. You can't even hear it.
That's why I miss house phones.
Yeah, I miss a good landline. So we are back. Sammy and Ortiz.
Man, this is still going. Come on, Ruby, beat her. Break her face. Do something. I really wish they would give Ruby Riott more.
Me too. I wish they'd give the whole women's division more, but definitely Ruby Riott too. I mean, for sure.
That Owen Hart tournament.
That you mentioned the whole women's division because I have one thing to say. Swole was right.
Yeah.
It's been over a year since she's left.
It hasn't even been a year.
It hasn't been a year?
December 31st-ish.
Okay. But
She
yeah,
never got her title shot when she was #1 contender.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm rooting for Hikaru Shida.
Shida or Storm should win.
When Baker's in it, I really don't know. Because that whole Owen Hart's tournament, what Jimmy say, it's like a multiple choice question. And A, B, and C were the right answers, but for some reason, you chose the wrong one, which was Baker. How do you mess that up?
Easy. Hate everybody else that has a vagina that's not Britt Baker.
Yeah.
Simple. It's that simple, because your whole women's division cannot consist of just Baker and Jade. Love Jade, love the strides that she's made. She's made tremendous growth. Super proud of that. We need more. Why is Ruby Riott not getting further developed? What about Kiera Hogan, Diamante,
Willow Nightingale?
He ain't even signed her. Like, wait, did they win?
Yeah. Oh, wait. I don't know yet. Wait. Sis, I don't know. Wait. I'm behind. I'm gonna assume they won. Yay! Yay!
Wait, did they win the belts?
For the belts?
Was it? What? I'd love to see that for the belts. I don't know if y'all can see this, but yeah, while the match was on, this is what I was working on.
Oh, you.
This is this Elite versus Dark Order might be the match. Pretty Callis. It is very hard to remember who Don Callis was in WWE. Because yeah.
Sorry, I have an audible reaction every time I see Don Callis.
You don't like
him? I like Don Callis. I think he's a good heel.
He works, but he's not like creepy. Except for the painting with Kenny. That was a little awkward.
He just says used car salesman. Like he has that musk all over his face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pat, Pot, whatever. Oh. Okay. All right then. That's gonna be interesting. Pot versus Kip is gonna steal the show.
The 0 hour show or the whole show?
It might. That should honestly be on the main card, and they can do something else with some of these folks.
Like, I think Hook versus Cool Hand should be in the buy-in.
It is, isn't it?
It didn't say buy-in.
I would say put Minerva on the buy-in, but I like Jade, so. Ooh. Why does Kiera Hogan look so sad? Someone's TV is a.
Oh. Was it mine? It's better.
Yep. I just don't want to get slapped with a copyright strike because YouTube are doing a heartbeat.
So it was Kip versus Pac, and then Ishii and Kingston and Hook versus Angela Parker on 0 Hour. Did they just add Sammy and Tay again versus Ruby and?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
I think they just added that.
Which they did, and I don't know how I feel about that. Why would you add a match besides some of the other reasons that she's a slip and slide?
To add that match to our list.
I think
predictions for.
I'm gonna wait for the predictions because there's one thing that I think is going to be very interesting.
Let's hear it.
I think Sting is turning.
Why would you say that?
Everybody that has been hit with the mist changes, and we haven't really seen Sting change. But in the promo for Wednesday, he kind of went back to that heel Sting voice a little bit.
Oh yeah, I heard that for sure.
So I'm just like, Mr. Sting, are you turning?
Mr. Stein.
I promise to all that is good and holy. If CM Punk wins, CHK got a lot of C.
Sis, you might need to prepare yourself for that. I don't
want him to. What is the purpose? In the words of Cardi B, what is the reason?
Because in his book, in his little book that he be writing during the Jaguar games, he said that CM Punk gonna be the champ for a minute, so he has to go back to CM Punk being the champ for a minute.
Somebody need to pass old boy some weed and get him off that other thing and make his head clear, because this is
book sugar.
Ugh. Why would you have such a dominant performance to then be followed up within a week and some change by a rematch? What does that make that dominant performance actually look like when you go back and look at it and think about it?
And I agree with SP3. This would have been a good storyline if it had time. Like, let's do this at the beginning of July, and then let CM Punk come back in August, and then like after the match, it realized, this storyline needed time to be good. But for him, like you said, for him to come back after the squash after a week, it was just me being a punk, basically. I thought I broke my foot, but I didn't. So I don't know the new 100%. I don't know the old.
I am. What in the hell is going on my screen?
What you watching?
It's some type of freaky dicky commercial, and it's not Blue Chew. It's Hims.
All right, I'm on Skechers.
Yeah, well, different places get different commercials, but ew, I don't need to know how nobody's erectile dysfunction. I just feel like CM Punk is getting back to being overrated for no reason. And I feel like they're going to try to stick Hangman in the trios or tag division to keep him away from Punk and try to make him, it's like a consolation prize for what Punk said. And
I think Mox is winning.
That to me bothers me. That's why I want Mox to win. I feel like he will actually have the match with Hangman and it'll be decent versus CM Punk and whatever he pulls out of his ass.
But I think it's
a situation of Mox getting an actual reign. And I think Hangman would be the one to beat him, but not the first time. That he loses and works his way back up to it. I'm thinking let Mox hold that title till full gear next year.
So
I wouldn't mind that.
Go ahead.
I just said I wouldn't mind that.
What I suggested on the predictions live stream for True Hill Heat earlier was have MJF cost Punk the match. Have Mox win. And then go on like this long streak of beating everyone. Have MJF in that streak. Then make it so Punk is like, oh, MJF, I want to fight you. You're dodging me. Da 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 da. And have MJF be like, you're right. I don't want to face you. What you gonna do about it?
I mean, that's if MJF is coming back.
I have to believe, okay? Let me believe that he is coming back.
At this point,
if not, I will be stuck with CM insufferable Punk, and I will drink. I will drink. I cannot.
The thing about CM winning is what's the story afterwards? Like, what are you gonna do with Moxley if he loses? Are you gonna have him against Hangman? Like, there's no story with CM Punk except MJF, and unless you bring your MJF back, that window is closing.
I think that you can have a match of CM Punk and MJF and it not being over the title.
Yeah, I don't think that match needs the title.
I don't.
And if they do it over a title, TNT title.
I mean, it can't hurt to have
Wardlow into the story.
I mean, it can't hurt to have a title.
Custody of Wardlow?
You don't need it for that match.
CM Punk, Wardlow, MJF triple threat?
Oh, I was thinking Wardlow on a pole.
Oh.
Yeah. The first decline. Look, he said he wants to get the ratings up for the women. And
you know, I think it's been a little better since Kenny Omega came back.
You're right.
It has.
Damn,
so, no offense to Wardlow or the TNT title, but that's a mid-card title, and you don't want Punk and fucking whatchamacallit.
I do.
It didn't feel like a mid-card title before.
Take CM Punk off my screen. Make him
Yeah,
mid-card.
no, I agree. He can go away altogether, but I'm just saying, like, if you're Tony Khan, you're not going to...
When Brody Lee
MJF
won that title, it did not feel like a
mid-card
title to me.
No, I guess that's true.
It was the back and forth that made it feel more mid-card.
Mm-hmm.
No, call spade a spade. Sammy effed up that title. Sammy Guevara effed up that title. When it got on Sammy, that's when it just went...
When Miro had held the title, it didn't feel like a mid-card title to me.
Or even Darby.
Yeah. No, I mean, I guess I can see that.
Oh, yeah, the Pinnacle is reforming. It's definitely going to reform. I feel like Wardlow has the opportunity to make that TNT belt mean something again, but they need to book it meaningfully.
That part. He needs some good matches, and they started off good with him versus Orange Cassidy, but then the whole Jay Lethal thing, it wasn't even Jay Lethal's fault. It's a 7-foot Indian dude that y'all trying to promote that nobody cares about.
I would get into Wardlow versus when he was there, Bobby Fish. I would have loved Wardlow versus like Stu Grayson. I would have loved Wardlow versus Colt Cabana could pull out a good match. There's a lot of people he could actually face, and it could mean something, but you have to book it.
Yeah, but I don't think Wardlow's a good enough wrestler to be in the ring with those guys like that. Like, the guys you mentioned are really good technicians, and Wardlow is not that kind of wrestler. Wardlow's like
if they can rub off on him a little bit, though, I'm totally down for all them hanging out.
I mean, I guess I'd have to see the matches, but I could see them being really bad, too.
I don't, because Wardlow has not really had a bad match. And if he is able to work with someone, like train with them, work out the things that they need to do, I could see it being a really, really great match. And
Yeah.
at the same time, I don't know if CHK sees that in Wardlow.
But he did.
I don't see it in Wardlow.
It was but that's the thing he did. If no offense, but if MJF didn't pull that crap with the airplane crap, this would have been a different scenario. It really would have.
If everybody would get their panties out of a bunch and stop checking MJF's reserved airplanes, like that's not his fault. Sean Ross did not have to report it. He chose to.
No offense, but the whole MJF thing got on my nerves a little bit.
I liked it. But then again, is that? Yes.
Wait.
Oh,
Don't
God.
say anything yet. It hasn't happened yet.
He still, oh, God.
Why am I behind?
No one can get this guy over. Just put him away forever.
You know, if you take these guys and just add Kushida to them, I would be down with that as a faction.
Get rid of Almost Junior, and yes.
See, why are they coming out like this?
I don't care. I am just happy to see them on AEW.
Me too.
Modem City Machine Guns and Jay Lethal and them came out to do a promo against FTR and Wardlow.
I'm all for it. I love the Motor City Machine Guns. I love Jay Lethal.
That era of TNA will forever be unmatched.
Especially that X Division, man. That was.
Yeah.
Please don't die. Please don't die.
Because we thought they were going to.
They were doing that. They were doing it, and it was awesome.
Shoot, you know what? Let Wardlow go to like TNA or New Japan. Do something. Get him out there like Moxley's out there. Get him wrestling more.
That's one of AEW's greatest suits. They don't have to necessarily be tied down to AEW. They can go other places.
He's too big for that. He's not that kind of wrestler. He's like a Brock Lesnar or a fucking. He's not a one of those New Japan worker type wrestlers. At least I don't see him that way. I mean, I guess maybe if he went to the New Japan dojo and got his ass kicked for 6 months or a year, maybe. But I just think he's too big and clunky. He doesn't move fluid enough for that style. Like
he needs him versus Samoa Joe or Samoa Joe training him.
Yeah,
because he needs to learn more. He talked about his daughter.
I just think you can learn it all, but I think he's limited in just his movement ability.
You don't do that. You don't do that about somebody child. Oh, he gonna kill you.
Well, he
gonna get him. He gonna
pretty good. That segment could have been really bad, but it wasn't.
It's about his daughter.
When nobody held me back.
I love FTR, but can we talk about how good Dax is as a singles wrestler too for a second? Like,
to me, they're both really good singles wrestlers.
If it wasn't for FTR, Dax could be in the title picture, like the main event title picture.
I don't know.
Going back to the Owen Hart thing, it should have been Dax versus Adam Cole in the finals. That shouldn't have been the first. That shouldn't have been in the first round. That should have been the finals. Adam Cole could have won, but that should have been the finals, and that would have pumped.
Wow, smart man. That's a smart man, Ricky Starks.
I'm a huge Ricky Starks fan.
Ricky Starks runs Rampage. We all know this.
Right? Let's get back to that. Serving Our Glory Rampage. I know we called the Nick Cole, but it was good when they were on there.
Look, they're still in the Negro hole. It's just on pay-per-view now. QT is very underrated.
I agree.
Man, the factory storyline could have went somewhere really good, but that whole messed up with Cody and beating Anthony Ogogo, man, that really
Yeah.
CHA?
It derailed the factory from becoming bigger than it could have been, for sure.
Right.
And then Ogogo got injured.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think QT's a really good, mid-tier wrestler. I mean, he's good on the mic. He's a good wrestler. I guess he's a better teacher than he is anything. But at the same time, I like him.
Going back to the Attitude Era, I see him like Al Snow and and Blackman. He could be in that scenario and just entertain for a good 15 minutes on TV.
For sure.
We run a little bit short and we need like a quick segment. Put QT out there.
Right?
Him getting beat up sends everybody home happy.
Yeah. You need a good middle of the show match, a good filler match. He's going to come out and give you a good match. No matter who he's facing.
Has Albie been refereeing lately?
I haven't noticed. I really haven't.
Yeah, I haven't either.
That's interesting you say that.
I never pay attention.
I pay attention to the rest because it usually indicates who's gonna win.
Who's gonna win?
No, because like if you have a tag team match and you have like Rick Knox, the heels are typically gonna win because I maintain he is paid off by the heels. Bryce is gonna miss all the shenanigans but get the right call. The other guy I don't know, but yeah.
The chocolate man with the bald head?
Yeah, no. I don't know.
I know I don't know. I'm not good with names. So the chocolate man with the bald head is always with Swerve in Our Glory and Team Taz. I like him. So we.
Yeah, I feel like maybe I haven't seen April in a minute.
Who's April?
Isn't she the rest of the female referees in that arena? Audrey.
One.
April, my bad. She's so memorable, I can't even remember her fucking name. We need more women's referees, though. I think we need more women referees.
I don't know. She got her nails did, so I don't know.
But if you're gonna be in there, you gotta not have a personality, but have a style. Like Audrey, when she's in there, you notice her.
WWE wanted to make Thunder Rosa a referee.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was really dumb.
That was really dumb.
Just like Adam Cole being a manager.
Budge?
Instead, she signed with NWA.
Smart. That's the only thing NWA did well. Yeah, that pay-per-view NWA did last weekend was it was.
Don't drag it through the mud too much. Come on now. I like NWA.
Were you on that live stream?
No, not really, because I had other shit going on. I mean, I kind of was in and out a little bit here and there, but
it got to the point where shoes were discussed.
Were what?
And favorite snacks, favorite
snacks.
It just they did not book a good pay-per-view. It was not a good pay-per-view.
NWA right now is a real kind of niche thing, because it definitely has that throwback, 80s studio show feel to it, which is what I like about it. It's not like anything else out there. At the same time, the 80s were corny and that was hokey. That's why they moved on from there. So I get why people aren't super into it now. But I like it for nostalgic reasons. The wrestling is not all that great. They have some good wrestlers, but overall, sometimes it's not all that great. It just depends on who you have wrestling.
You gotta have a better booker in order for that to work.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Corgan in general. Like, I don't know.
Let's be honest. How do you go from having Ricky Starks, Eddie Kingston, Thunder Rosa, in like a year, to Tyrus being
wrestling for the title for sure. Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
One thing I am a fan of, though, the Thanksgiving specials that Impact does every year. Those things are always hilarious.
It's so corny. It works. Ooh.
This has been a good match.
You got.
I mean, QT has good matches, in general with everybody, but Starks is amazing, so it doesn't surprise me. But
Ricky Starks or Hobbs versus Wardlow.
Okay, QT.
Say that again.
Ricky Starks or Hobbs versus Wardlow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of like the whole like David versus Goliath, like the big guy, smaller guy thing. And Ricky Starks isn't really small, but like he's small enough. Like I'd much rather see Wardlow versus Hobbs than Wardlow versus Starks. I'm torn on Starks versus Hobbs. Like I'm for it because I get the storyline and I want to see Starks win and all that, but at the same time, like the match itself, I could see not being great. I see Hobbs is kind of in the same place I see Wardlow, which is still kind of clunky, doesn't move great, is a little limited in what he can do in the ring, and against somebody like Starks, who's got so much going on, like I don't know, it could be bad.
I think they've been around each other enough to be able to make a good match, good to great match happen just based off of them knowing each other and both.
I mean, I want it to be good. I want to be wrong. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I want to be wrong, but I don't know. I'm just concerned.
I think it'll be a good match.
The thing about
Ricky will oversell it, and we'll all think that he,
Yeah.
The thing about any breaking up of any tag teams, I want for anybody, I need y'all just to plan it out for the next 2 months. What is it gonna look like after they break up? So like Street Profits. Okay, we know Montez Ford's a star, right? What's gonna happen to Angelo Dawkins? And he is good enough to have a career. So please just write it out. So even if it's for 2 months, okay, for 2 months he's gonna be in the back playing cards or something, and people keep approaching him. Just make sure that they're okay. After they break up, make sure they're okay.
I blocked it.
Yeah.
Solid match.
No, I mean, I don't. It's unfortunate for people like Angelo Dawkins, who I think is a good wrestler, but clearly not the star that Montez Ford is. And at the same time, like, you don't have to split them up. Like, there's nothing wrong with just being tag teams. Like, you can be
Angelo is the hot tag.
The best tag team. Like,
he is the hot tag. He will get that big moment in every match, and I think that's
baby.
Very valuable.
Okay, so Aubrey is there, and you're right. He is the hot tag. He's like a Bobby Fish. He has it, but there's just something that's not there.
Just doesn't quite click.
Oh no, you heard a referee. Oh. With all the referees in the ring. Oh, that was smart, Danielson. That was smart. That was a smart move there.
Like with this, after they have their match, right? What's the follow-up? What's the plan for Ricky Starks? What's the plan for Powerhouse?
Yeah. No, I agree. I don't.
It should be the TNT title. But are they really going to do that? Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, the question is, should they both be in the TNT title? I mean, everyone can't be in every title picture, right? Like, you can't. I mean, so I don't know. That's a tough question. Like, I think Ricky Stark should be in the TNT title picture. I mean, as long as Wardlow has a TNT title, I guess I'd rather see him wrestle Hobbs than Stark, just because my preferences. But I'd rather see Starks in the TNT title picture than a Hobbs. I don't know. I see Hobbs as just not just a middle of the card guy, just gonna have decent matches. A big guy, but not necessarily a main event guy.
And everybody doesn't have to win the title. Just let
Yeah.
them compete, right?
Yeah.
So
Sure.
I'm not so. Hobbs doesn't have to beat Wardlow, but that could be like a good 1 month story. Let Wardlow beat Hobbs, and then but that helps both of them.
Yeah, well, I could see that.
Well,
That's the end of Rampage.
yeah.
I'll be back.
Okay.
I'm looking at the rankings right now.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about our predictions for the pay-per-view, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. I got all the cards set out, so we can go through them.
Looking at these rankings right now, we have CM Punk is number 1 contender, Hangman Page is number 2, Powerhouse Hobbs, Jay Lethal, Darby Allin.
That's for the heavy. That's for Mox's title.
That's for all the men. That's for all the men's titles except for the tag.
So you have the same. So okay, I'm confused. So they rank. There's only the top 5. It's the same 5 for the AEW heavyweight title as it is for the TNT title, or the AEW championship.
Well, it's not. It's not a heavyweight championship. It's a
no.
world
I know. I'm sorry.
championship.
Sorry, world championship. My bad.
So you have the world, TNT, and All Atlantic.
And they all have the same top 5.
So
well, think about it. It's not a
challenge for any of them.
That's dumb.
It is dumb, but it'll be different. Like if it was like a weight limit for each title, but there's not.
Yeah,
I don't think it's dumb. I think it opens up a lot of opportunities because because Wardlow has said he didn't want to challenge anybody for the interim championship. He wanted to go for like the actual championship. So by all rights, Wardlow would be the next one.
Yeah. No, I mean you're right.
I could see a Mox versus Wardlow match going pretty well. I do not see a CM Punk versus Wardlow match going well.
Yeah. I still love how dumb Wardlow sound when he said, "I don't want the interim. I want to beat CM." But if you are the interim, you get the match with CM. It's just, do you hear the words? They're coming out of your mouth. It is.
I mean, I guess as long as you don't have divisions and the belt isn't like for that division, then I guess it doesn't make sense to have, that. I guess it makes sense that they would all be ranked the same. But at the same time, like, if I'm the number 1 ranked person, why would I have any interest in the TNT title or the All Atlantic title when I can just wrestle for the world title? Like, I mean, it doesn't make sense to me.
Because the world title is being held by someone who is insane.
Well, I guess there is that.
Like,
to be fair, the All Atlantic title is held by someone who's pretty insane as well. I mean, it's
And, okay, so with the All Atlantic, All Oceans. I'm sorry, the All Oceans title.
It's All Atlantic. Don't do that.
But China's not even in Atlantic.
That's what they said. They said it's All Atlantic. I just go by what they put
all
up.
The oceans. It's all the oceans. But no. Isn't the rule that they have to be from a different country?
I don't think that's a rule.
I
think they have to defend it. I think they have to defend it potentially overseas, but I think an American could be the champion, right? Like,
I'm pretty sure it was at the rule. Us as fans talked about it, and I think that'd be a good rule just to break, like you said, just to break up who goes against which title. Because like that, like it is kind of not frustrating, but kind of like, oh, so who does go for each title? So if you had that stipulation for the All Oceans title, that actually would make it more unique and actually a good storyline.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you limited it to non-Americans, then I mean, it definitely would open up more avenues for non-Americans for sure. I mean, I can definitely see that.
I just, at this point, I don't even know. I'm just. They need a different booker.
Or give me two writers because okay, let CHK. I'm good. Let CHK focus on the main title, and then just have two bookers booked for the women's and for the mid card. Because like we all keep saying, for some reason you don't know how to book three things at once, let alone four. So please just hire someone to because you're gonna have 14 matches anyway, right? You just need someone to build them up properly. You don't have time for that. So please just hire someone to make sure the women's is good and the mid card is good. And you can focus all your attention on the elite and how they're gonna keep the belt with the elite and CM Punk. It's cause that really is like, who else are they really hyping for the belt besides the elite and CM Punk?
Nobody. But that's the problem. We don't.
Mm.
He books his favorites, and it doesn't work out well. And it needs to. We need another voice.
Yeah. No,
We
I'm
need
starting
another-
to I'm starting to believe that as well. I mean, I think that
And yes,
he's
go
a
ahead.
wrestling fan, and as a result, he definitely has people that he thinks should be, or that he wants to, push or see in certain positions, and it definitely seems to
You say
becoming
fan.
an issue.
You say fan. I say Mark. Um,
Yeah, sure.
and yes, Sammy. Yes, Mister. I got off and put this in here. It definitely does get
Where did
defeated.
he go?
But
Like,
Are you
I think he
coming
probably went
back?
to go get a drink. But I like what Pac is doing because it makes AEW look better than WWE did because he's fighting in these European promotions and bringing in revenue. He has the belt. He's actually building a feud overseas that then comes back to America, that then can come back overseas. Like it works. Mainly because I feel like Pac was just like, I'm not moving. You can deal with that, or
It really.
you can deal with that.
I straight up believe the All Oceans title was meant to keep Pac at AEW because he really was like, either you work this out or I'm leaving. I really don't care. It's just like, and then
He
THK
was
was like,
like,
yeah, all right. Here's your little
he,
belt. Here's
he
your
was like,
belt.
America is just too much. I'm not doing this. So you either let me live my life in wherever he lives, or I leave. And he was like, wherever he lives, or I leave. He was like, wherever he lives, or I leave. He was like, hearing
You
myself
really
is
just,
weird.
I was just saying,
yeah,
somebody's YouTube is on or something.
yeah.
Somebody's
Cut.
I think it might have been Sammy, so I'm gonna let him get his thing together
Okay.
before I bring him back on.
Like Pac is the main attraction. We really just need him in America for.
Are you getting that, Sammy?
Yeah, I muted it.
All right. So let's wrap up
Producer
Rampage.
Bro.
What do we all think?
What do you say?
I said let's wrap up our Rampage watch along. What did y'all think of the show as a live go home show for Rampage before
I
All
liked
Out?
it.
Thought it was a good episode.
It's getting better. It is like with every showing, it's like okay.
But it was because it was live. When it's taped, that's the problem.
I think that's true. I think that's one of the big problems for sure. Everyone have an MVP for the show?
That's tough.
I'm going to say Dark Order because they surprised me. I honestly thought Best Friends was going to get the win. so I'll go with Dark Order.
I say that match is MVP.
Yeah.
That match is MVP there.
Because everybody was doing good. I hoped the best friends would win, but I wasn't really. Yeah. It wasn't like, oh my god, they lost. It's like, oh, they lost. Also, so it's like, according to plan, Elite versus Dark Order.
Yeah. I was going to ask Sammy what his MVP was, but he was pretty good. So, how about y'all's LVP? If I have to see them kiss on my screen all the time, I'm always going to choose Sammy and Ty as my LVPs.
Yeah.
I'm tired of seeing them on my screen together.
I'm being nice by calling them by their proper names. I do not want to see Sammy and Ty on my screen as a couple. I don't want to see them on my screen at all. Put them back on the vlog where they belong.
Sammy, you have an MVP and an LVP?
You know, I'm gonna give it to FTR. I love FTR, and I felt like that promo could have gone real but they kept it and they rocked it. Right.
And how about LVP?
Not mad at that.
That ice cube did not want to come out of the tray. I got skull-shaped ice cubes.
Ooh.
Nice. There you go.
That is way too much ice for me. Ooh. Is that moonshine?
Yes.
It's blue.
Is it blue raspberry?
64%, 128 proof.
Is it blue raspberry?
Nope. It's just blue colored.
So shall we make some predictions for these events coming up this weekend?
I predict we ain't gonna see Sammy until Monday.
So I have the cards for All Out and then Clash of the Castle and NXT Worlds Collide. So I guess if we want, we can make picks for all of them. So I guess it depends on how long it takes us to actually get through them. If we we talk about every one of them instead of just making the picks, it might take a little longer. But I guess we can start with All Out.
Yep.
So 0 hour, we got Pac versus Kip Sabian.
Pac.
Everyone's got Pac?
Pac.
I have Pac with Penelope interfering and Lana comes out.
But Lana's not with me.
I mean, CJ coming out.
Why would she be coming out?
She would come out to help her man. Oh wait, shit, I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's your route.
And I'm sober and I'm wrong.
I was gonna let it slide because I thought maybe I didn't know something. Like, I'm not always on the inside. I always get all the CM's references, so I was gonna let it slide. Like, maybe I just whatever. But yeah, see.
This is why I get lifted before the show because my attention span is too short for this shit.
All right, so Ishii and Kingston.
Kingston, or it ends in a funky finish.
Funky finish.
Funky finish.
Yeah, I'm going Eddie.
I want it to be Eddie. I see a funky finish.
Funky finish. And Anika? Oh, I guess we lost her.
I think the tackle went out.
All right. What about Hook versus Angelo Parker for the FTW Championship?
Why are you even asking that? You know it's Hook.
It's got to be Hook, right? It's unanimous, right?
Yeah. If he doesn't win, that might be a riot.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. And then I guess they just added it. The final, or they just added our favorites, Tay and Sammy.
There we are.
Oh, here we go. So we missed Anika's pick for what do we have? Kingston and Ishii. Yeah, Kingston and Ishii.
Kingston needs a win. Eddie Kingston.
Kingston.
He needs a win.
I agree. Okay, so Tay and Sammy or Ruby and Ortiz?
Ruby and Ortiz. And I think that's what's going to cause the funky finish with Kingston.
Yeah, I'm going Ruby and Ortiz too. Sammy?
I'm down with that.
Wait, is it for the belts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. Oh, okay. Do they win the? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ruby and Ortiz need to win. So Ruby and Ortiz. Yeah.
I think it'd be rad for Ruby and Ortiz to be on a AAA pay-per-view in the future.
Right.
Yeah.
You like AEW doing shit else with them.
Especially Ortiz. Let him go on this run.
All right, so moving on to the main card, we got Wardlow and FTR versus Motor City Machine Guns and Jay Lethal.
FTR. Always FTR.
FTR.
I don't pick against FTR, never.
My heart says Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah, I'm going Motor City Machine Guns.
My brain says FTR more the.
So are we going with your brain or your heart?
I'm going my brain.
It's so much smarter. It's
only because I think that the prediction, the Pinnacle reforms with CM Punk at the head, is going to happen, and they need the gold.
Yeah. Anika, you said FTR?
Yeah, no, definitely FTR. I don't think it's any time where AEW and Impact has collided and Impact has won. So yeah, FTR.
But if Kushida wants to come in and cause FTR to lose, I'm okay with that.
We are all okay. Well, I'll say that I am perfectly fine with that. Yeah, give me Dax versus Kushida. Yeah.
All right, Starks versus Hobbs.
Starks.
I could see that one going either way.
I'm going Starks too.
In that case, I'll go Hobbs. Just to differentiate.
All right,
I'll
Anika.
go Hobbs. Hobbs needs this. Starks can build his not career, his run up for one of the title run. It can wait, but Hobbs needs this. I'm gonna go Hobbs.
All right, so this next one's a two-part question. So it's the casino ladder match. Who do we think is the Joker, and who do we think wins?
I think it's the other Martin brother.
Oh yeah, okay.
The other Martin, you think it's Darius, huh?
I always get them confused. So the other one, or it is Matt Sydal or his brother, or it is like Lee Johnson or something like that. Because if you look, everyone has some type of relationship except young Mr. Martin. He's the only one that doesn't have like a sibling in there, a tag partner in there, a group member in there. He's the only one.
Yeah. It is a whole bunch of tag teams in Dante Martin.
Yeah.
So.
Meanwhile, I'm hoping that it's a New Japan guy. I don't care too much who. Ospreay, that'd be great. Jay White, that'd be great. I don't think we'd be able to get Okada, but I mean that would be cool.
They just had a baby.
They have a baby.
So you're going with the Joker, Sammy? You don't know who it is, but you think the Joker will win?
Kota Ibushi. Let it be Kota Ibushi. Please and thank you.
If it's Kota Ibushi and he wins and the Elite win, the Golden Elite winning.
So Sammy's going Joker, huh? I'm going Andrade. I think Andrade needs a win. I think he's due a victory here. I want to see Andrade win.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind Takeshita coming back for the Joker.
He said October.
My number 2 pick, though, if I'm not picking the Joker, would be Claudio, but
yeah,
I'm going Joker.
I'm torn between Joker, Andrade, and Yuta.
Interesting.
Because I feel like Yuta is going to lose that belt on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And he needs to do something to continue to build.
Yeah.
Right.
Ooh.
So
yeah.
But just for a prediction's sake, I will go Joker.
Joker.
I'll pick Yuta.
Yuta. All right.
See him convince me.
I
Let
like
him drop the belt to Garcia and have him have this for however long you want him to have this.
Yuta versus Garcia all day, every day.
All day, every day.
Garcia needs to bleed, though. If Garcia's going to join the Black Bull Combat Club, he needs to bleed. If I'm Yuta, I'm pissed.
He is from Buffalo. They don't bleed in Buffalo. Okay.
I don't bleed in Buffalo.
I got blood all over the freaking canvas, but Garcia did a 2 out of 3 falls match and doesn't even win. But and somehow he's a part of the group now.
Will you take him making Chris Jericho bleed?
No, he gotta bleed.
Okay, what if he just dabs a little bit of Jericho's blood on him and it looks like he's bleeding?
No, get some blood on that pretty little white tank top. No.
Not a pretty little white tank top. What a pretty little white tank top? No.
Little white shirt. No.
Little white shirt. All right, so what about the AEW tag team titles? Swerve in Our Glory versus the Acclaimed.
Swerve in Our Glory.
Yeah.
They had not hyped this up well enough for me to think that it's the Acclaimed. Swerve in Our Glory.
I do want to buy the Sesame Daddy ass shirt. I do want that shirt.
I'm going Acclaimed.
Next question.
I'm going Acclaimed. I know that I shouldn't, but and I'm probably this will probably fuck me, but I think that I like the Acclaimed. I want to see them as titles. I want to see them with the titles. I think they're
so then you can hear them come down like, yo,
right?
Yo,
listen.
Yo,
listen. That needs to be the main event of every AEW show on TV.
So JR can continue to be like off with them.
Look, I love the Acclaim, but they have not properly built up this match for me to think they're going to win today.
Yeah,
they have not, and Swerve in Our Glory hasn't probably had a long enough title reign, but I like the Acclaimed, and I'm all in for the scissoring. So I'm picking the Acclaimed. How about the TBS Championship? Jade versus Athena, aka Minerva.
Why? You really think Jade Cargill is gonna lose to Busted Disgusted Minerva?
That's a lot.
Her weave is still trash.
I hope it's a good match.
It's gonna be a good match.
It's gonna be a good match.
Pull out a good match.
Yeah,
but where do they both go from there?
Jade's gonna win, but I think this will be her toughest match to date. I mean, I think that this will be her best match.
I think Minerva will come back around and maybe the next pay-per-view and win.
I mean, somebody eventually needs to beat Jade, right? Like, I mean, at some point, somebody's got to beat her. Or she's got to move on to wrestle for the other belt and either be two-belt Jade and just be the dominant, or whatever, or something. I mean, some has to give.
Are we dreamcasting who we want to take the title off Jade right now?
I mean, sure. Go ahead.
I'm going to pick Julia from Stardom.
I'm not sure I'm familiar with Julia from Stardom.
I don't know who she is.
I think I know who you're talking about.
That's I'm not. Stardom, unfortunately, is not one of the shows I have time to get around to watching. So.
Yeah. Okay, so
next match. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know.
Because for right now, they have built Athena up enough to make you think.
Right.
So like CM said, after this match, what happens next? With Athena winning, you have a plethora of opportunities. With Jade, it's like, oh well, she done beat another person. So who got to build up next for another couple of months?
Yeah. No, I agree. Plus, we're not stupid. We know Athena. We know Ember Moon, and she was a champion holder in NXT. We know she's a good wrestler, and so I mean, she doesn't have to. You don't, for the people that watch wrestling and know, you don't have to have all the build up necessarily in AEW. Like, there's enough build up because we know who she is coming from WWE, right? And being a top quality wrestler, like just seeing her, we're like, okay, good. She should be in that main event, or she should be at that top caliber. So, at least in my opinion.
I imagine Statlander is going to be going for the Women's World Championship, not the.
Whenever she gets back,
she's hurt.
Whenever she comes back, yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
Sammy, the more that I think about that Julia thing, it could work, but it would have to be like AJ Lee and Paige, where Jade is like, I've beat everybody back here. Mm-hmm. None of them can touch me. Then Julia comes out and she's like, okay, whatever. And then she wins, and Jade is just like, what?
Forbidden Door 2.
Forbidden Door 2.
That would be bomb. Because New Japan and Stardom working together on
they're owned by the same company.
No, I think they're doing a belt or something. I thought.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, so that I like that. I like that because it would be something that it would be something she wouldn't see. It would get more. It would build goodwill.
Mm-hmm. A lot of goodwill. A lot of goodwill would.
And it would get Britt Baker away for a little while off my screen. That's all I'm asking for.
Yes, yes, please.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know that there's somebody out there that I see at AEW right now that I want to beat Jade or that I think is in that position yet. I don't know that they've built anybody up for that yet. Like, even the people that are in the AEW women's title, like, I don't see Britt as she's a better wrestler right now, but I don't want to see her beat Jade. I think Jade's a stronger. I think she would beat Britt in my mind, like, bigger, right? Stronger, tougher, and same with maybe Thunder Rosa. Like, they're better wrestlers right now. She's, as far as they're more experienced and have a little bit more in ring skill, but I don't know. I don't want to. So I don't know. I think they're in a tough position with Jade. I'm not sure that there's anybody on the roster right now that I think could beat her that I want to see beat her per se.
They would definitely have to pull from outside the company and make it like a surprise thing. But out of some of the names I've heard, Julia would probably be pretty good.
Yeah, I'm all for the Buster Douglas, Mike Tyson thing where it's just some nobody really that nobody knows and catches Jade on a bad day. Oh, I wasn't prepared and wasn't whatever. And next thing you know, shit, she lost her title. Like, and I can see that. I mean,
but this
requires, what about, all right, go ahead. Sorry.
This requires CHK to actually put thought and effort into
there is that.
Loses.
Well, hold up,
because we're putting more thought and effort into it than he is. So
Kenny has also, I think, returned to Booking the Women. So that I feel like between him and like Madison Rain, they can convince CHK to do it.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on. Go ahead.
The way that I see Julia, though, is she's tough as nails and can take a beating. Which, if you're going against Jade, those are two things you want to be. Tough as nails and being able to take a beating.
So either her or Master Slimovich. That's it.
Ooh.
All right, so Christian Cage versus Jack Perry. I'm not calling him Jungle Boy because he said he's Jack Perry now. So, or he will be for this match, I guess. I don't know. Was he gonna
Jungle Boy?
Jungle Boy.
Jack Perry.
Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, man, Jack Perry. Jungle
sounds
Boy.
like.
That's a transformation from boy to man.
I think Christian.
I think Christian too. I think Christian wins here, and I think Jungle Boy gets him again. I think they have a couple matches. This is just the first of a few. I think.
Either way, I don't understand where they're going to go next with this.
I think, you know what? Christian wins with the help of Luchasaurus.
I
Luchasaurus
agree.
finally puts the nail in the coffin of
Mm.
being a babyface. He's officially heel. He still has the black mask on. We're all like, hey, bruh, why you still have that on? So he's officially a heel now. He's officially a Christian.
I agree.
I like
He does need
Jurassic
another contest.
Express.
I like him too, boo boo, but yeah.
They're going to come back together again. They'll
Heel
come back together
Luchasaurus.
again.
And months ago,
I feel like he's so good for the kids.
Down the road.
Okay,
Down
but
the
he
road.
can be a bad dinosaur too.
After this feud, after Luchasaurus will become a face again, and he'll get back together with Jungle Boy at the end of the feud.
I don't want him to get back with Jungle Boy.
Somehow.
I think we need a break from that for a little while.
And then what? I mean, what are they both going to do? You want to see Jungle Boy in the TNT title picture or in the AEW title picture? And what about Luchasaurus?
I think they need to make a weight class belt.
Yeah.
And I'd love to see Jungle Boy with it.
Like a cruiserweight belt or like an X Division belt? I mean, what are you going to call it? I mean,
they can make it welterweight.
Huh?
Welterweight, middleweight.
I like not having weight classes in AEW like that.
Yeah.
Maybe an under 30 title then.
And I don't like. I know that there's always a question of too many titles, right? Does it devalue them? I mean, do you end up with too many titles? I don't have a problem with titles, but I know a lot of people do have a problem with
people are already
titles.
saying they have too many.
Right. So, I mean, you added another one.
As long as the title has a purpose, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
That part.
Like if it's making a division, like trios, that's new. That's something we didn't have.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, you have to book it right. And you have that's the thing. You have enough people for each title, but he's not booking it right for some reason.
So Sammy, who are you going with Christian versus Jack
Perry? I told you Christian.
No, I said Sammy.
No.
I got you.
I can't hear. Okay.
I got you down as Christian.
I'm going to say Jungle Boy, but he gets beat up after the match.
All right. Okay. And Annika?
Christian with the help of Luchasaurus.
All right. The next match, Jericho versus Danielson.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Dragon. I think Danielson beats him.
And Chris is not going to be happy about it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say Danielson needs the win because I think he's generally considered one of the greatest wrestlers on the planet, win or lose. But as a general rule, I think he needs to beat Chris Jericho here.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be Danielson winning because Garcia stops any of JAS from cheating. And that is going to be... Actually, now that I think about it, then JAS cost Garcia the match against Yuta. Yuta and Garcia team up together to beat up JAS. Danielson comes down. Now you have a few more feuds happening. And unfortunately,
Yuta's got his own match to deal with.
Then Chris Jericho continues to be on my screen for how long it takes him to get indicted. But,
Sammy, who are you picking?
Bryan Danielson.
Is that unanimous?
Yes.
Yep, so far. Yep. And this is going Dragon too. All right, it's unanimous.
Even though Garcia hasn't bled yet, we'll stab him in the face later. It's time for him to be in the Blackpool Combat Club. It's time for you're a wrestler. Come on home.
I'm so tired of the whole fucking wrestler versus sports entertainer thing. You're all wrestlers wrestling for my fucking entertainment. Shut the fuck up. It's a goddamn sport. It's all the same fucking thing. You're all saying the same fucking thing.
No, because one has a commission and you have to have licenses, and the other doesn't, which is why Vince made sure to make sure that WWF, even when they were WWF, it was sports entertainment. Yay, Vince.
All right. So moving along, the trios final. Elite versus Dark Order. Who do we think's walking away with the titles?
Dark Order.
I think Dark Order too. Sammy?
I don't know.
Annika, you got your pick already? Well, Sammy Moles is over.
Uh-oh.
Well, let's discuss this. So, what would the interaction be if it leads to that, and then Hangman is the reason why the Young Bucks and Kenny don't have the titles?
Yeah.
That really is the question for me. Whoever wins, what happens to them next? Red Dragon's out of the picture. They can't really their interference really isn't going to lead to them being anything now. Thank you, CHK.
I say the Elite.
What if it's on a swerve?
I mean, if the Elite wins, they're going to have a match with the United Embassy for the Trios title at some point, right? And they'll have a match with Death Triangle for the titles at some point for House of with House of Black. And
but didn't you hear Malachi ask for his release?
He did ask for his release, supposedly, right?
Yeah, he's
but was denied
with AEW that he just willingly signed a 5-year contract for no reason.
Like maybe he was in his little tree monster in mode, and he wasn't listening to his lawyer saying, "Baby, this is 5 years. This is 5 years."
So, Sammy, you said Elite, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Annika?
Go see him.
She already picked. She picked Dark Order.
Dang it.
Flip a coin.
Dark Order. Dark Order. That gives Heyman something to do, and Kenny Omega can go to face Will Ospreay. Yeah.
All right. The 4-way for the Women's Championship. Baker, Hayter, Storm, Sheeta.
Not Baker. Just it's A, B, C, D. Don't choose B for Baker, please.
Well, Baker and Sheeta have already had the titles, right? So I don't need to see that again, right? Like, I want to see either Storm or Hayter. I prefer Hayter, but I think this is the time to put the belt on Toni Storm. If she's going to win it, this is as good a time as ever to do it. I mean, in a 4-way like this. So I think Toni Storm wins. But
I think Sheeta.
I prefer Hayter.
I'm torn between Toni Storm and Sheeta. I am leaning more towards Toni Storm because I feel like CHK has already kind of plotted out what that would look like. But I would not be mad at Sheeta winning. I do not want Priscilla Baker or her little friend to win.
So let me get this straight. We got one for Sheeta, one for Hayter, one for Storm, and one for not Baker.
Yep.
No, I picked Storm. I went with Toni Storm.
Oh.
So that's Storm.
I want Hayter to win. My heart wants Hayter to win, but my brain says Toni Storm wins.
I don't want Hayter to win. I want Hayter to
2 Storms and Sheeta so far. We still need Annika's pick.
I'm going to go Toni Storm. Yeah.
Toni Storm. So 3 Storms and a Sheeta. You're the out man on with your Sheeta. Same.
Fine with me.
Everybody but Baker.
Anybody but Baker.
And then the match that I don't really care for, I want to see again, but Moxley versus Punk 2. AEW Championship.
Mox.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm going with
Mox. Predictions for the House of Black match?
Or y'all going with your heart?
Oh, we didn't do one for that brains. One. I'm going for my heart with that one, okay? Because if CHK gives me Baker winning, then do not give CM Punk that belt.
So you're picking Mox?
I am picking Mox.
You're willing it to happen.
Or else I'll just keep making burners to harass CHK.
I looked at the card on 2 different websites and I didn't see the Sting match anywhere, which was why I didn't say anything earlier when CM mentioned Sting turning. And I don't know. I mean, on the card. I didn't see it anywhere. Maybe I just missed it, but I looked at 2 websites and I didn't see it
It's
anywhere.
there. And I picked. I'm still gonna pick Miro and Darby to win, just because I feel like Sting will turn. Lana comes out. Julia interferes.
I think you're right, but I got to go with my heart on this one, and I'm not rooting against Malachi.
But Malachi is hurt.
But Malachi needs this win more than he. That's so...
My brain agrees with you. I'm just deciding to go with my heart on this one.
But I also I like the thing that Darby was saying about, when I was getting my ass kicked, you weren't anywhere near that, and he was kicking my ass, and like when Buddy was beating up Miro, he didn't really need you. So I want to see how that plays with Malachi. I want them to further this, and I don't think if House of Black wins, it will further it.
So what's the motivation for a Sting turn, CM?
He got hit with the mist.
Yeah.
But so did Miro.
And Miro turned.
Did he though?
He was a heel, and then he turned face.
So it doesn't matter what the turn is. It's just the mist makes you turn either way.
It's like
I wouldn't be against Miro being in House of Black.
I would.
I thought that was a natural fit for me, but at the same time, like, I don't know.
Because they're heels that you don't really boo. Like, you cheer House of Black more than you boo them.
Like, they're little tree monsters that they be doing stuff in the woods until they come out to have to wrestle.
That's so awkward.
I feel like Miro would fit in well with a group of heels that you cheer.
I like Miro and Darby together.
Yeah.
But I feel like Miro would be forced into a babyface role being with Darby.
But Darby, to me, is not a babyface. He's a tweener. And I also think Miro would have a lot of fun launching Darby everywhere.
See, I think Darby's clearly a babyface. I've never seen what I would call a heel promo out of Darby at all, or any kind of real heel act.
I haven't seen a heel promo. I've seen heel-like actions. I've seen him contemplating cheating. I've seen him almost cheat. I've seen him rely on Sting to kind of be the distraction. I've seen certain things. But that Sting turn, for me, comes from the voice he used in the promo on Wednesday. That was heel Sting's voice.
Interesting. So, Sammy, House of Black or Miro and Sting and Darby?
I mean, my brain tells me Miro, but my heart tells me Malachi. So I'm going with my heart, Malachi.
House of Black. And Annika?
I'm going with House of Black, but not because of my heart. I just think that's more meat on the bones if they win, more so if Miro, Sting, and Darby wins. Because you still can have them beat one of each in the House of Black individually. So yeah, have House of Black as a collective win this, and then even individually, Malachi versus Sting. Cough, cough.
All right, so that's the whole. I mean, unless I missed any other matches, I think that's.
Well, did we give all of our predictions for the CM Punk Mox match?
I thought everyone picked Mox. Didn't everyone go Mox?
Did everybody go Mox? I did.
I heard Mox from everybody.
I going to go with my brain and say Punk. I want it to be Mox. But I don't trust CHK like that. So I'm going with Punk.
You're going with Punk?
Reluctantly, with my hands tied. Reluctantly, I'm going with Punk.
I want Mox to win, and then I want him to cut a promo of, oh, what? Surprised? You shouldn't be. I told you. You saw it a couple weeks ago. Why did you doubt me this time?
I want Colt Cabana to cost Punk.
I want to see Colt Cabana and Punk go at it. I want to see either in a wrestling match or a fucking boxing ring, bare knuckle live match. Like, let's get it. Like,
we're not gonna get that.
Let's fucking go. Hey, Cameron Galloway, thanks for coming on. I know
That's
we're
the
not going
nice
to
to
get it,
have.
but I want to see it.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
so
ready. I feel like CHK is gonna force us to either have Baker or Punk, or God forbid, both.
as champions,
Yes.
I'm hoping for neither.
Baker and
And
Punk
Same.
both.
And
We're all hoping for
I'm
the
gonna
same
trust in
thing.
Tony Khan to give us neither.
I'm
Until
not
he
as
does the opposite.
anti-Baker. I'm not as anti-Baker as you guys
What
are. I mean,
what
I'm not
what makes
necessarily
you
like
think
pro
CHK?
Baker, but I'm not anti-Baker.
It's
I'm
not even about
anti-Punk.
being anti-Baker. It's just Baker having the title is the easy way out.
Yeah.
And it's like, let's say Baker has the title, he even don't have a plan. It doesn't mean her having the belt for like 3 more extra months and her beating people for no good freaking reason.
I'm
No doubt.
anti-Baker. I'm anti
All right.
CM Punk. Give me something new.
Yeah.
I want Sheeta to be treated better.
Yes.
She deserves
So if
it.
we switch gears, moving on to WWE, got Clash at the Castle. Let's
Sure.
see. It looks like we got Edge and Ray versus the Judgment Day. What y'all think?
Judgment Day
Dominic
wins.
turns. Judgment Day wins.
I think Judgment Day needs the win.
Judgment Day for Sammy Joe. Judgment Day for CM. I'm going Edge, but I'm not saying Ray because I don't like Rey Mysterio. So Edge wins somehow. Fuck Ray.
What's wrong with Rey
And
Are
then
you the only
He
human
said this so
on
many
the
times.
He's the only human alive who can hate Ray.
He said it so many times.
I don't know the man in real life. He's probably the greatest guy in the world. I just don't like him, kayfabe style as a wrestler. Like I don't know. He just rubs me wrong in the fucking.
Are you
back.
smoking that CHK pack?
Maybe. Annika.
Yeah, Judgment Day wins and Dom officially becomes a sub for Rhea Ripley. Yeah.
Oh, Dom turns. All right. What about Intercontinental Championship? Walter versus Sheamus.
Walter, but that match is going to.
I'm sorry, Gunther. My bad. Walter.
No,
I refuse to call him fucking Gunther. Walter.
No, Gunther is his slave name. We do not say that on here. It's Walter.
I'll call him by his government. Walter.
I hope that Gunther wins and the crowd chants Walter.
I mean, they're gonna do that regardless. I think Sheamus wins.
Really? Okay.
I think Sheamus wins, and then something happens. I don't.
Something happens.
Something happens.
I don't know what will happen, but I think
Butch attacks Sheamus for not letting him. I don't know, do something. Speak
while
or
you're
fucking...
playing. I want not saying Butch either. That's his slave name.
That's
I want
true.
Pete
Dunne.
Want Pete Dunne versus Walter.
Yeah.
And Triple H is in charge, so it can actually happen. I want Pete Dunne versus Walter. Yes.
I'm definitely in for that. So who's your pick though for Walter versus Sheamus, Anika?
I'm Walter. But Sheamus gonna be the first person to leave a mark on Walter. He's actually the first person to slap Walter, and it's actually gonna leave a mark.
Can we get Minoru Suzuki over there and just have a three-way? To see who can slap each other the hardest?
Right?
Whoever does that wins.
Well,
all right. How
now
about
that Triple H is in charge, who knows?
Right?
Anything's possible, right? That's
because he's willing to play ball more than Vince would with New Japan.
It'll be interesting to see if they actually do anything with letting, actually cross talent and stuff. I'll be interested to see if that actually happens. How about Riddle versus Rollins?
Ooh. That promo on Monday, man. I don't know.
It's Rollins.
Yeah.
Because Riddle is going to win at Extreme Rules.
Oh.
I do want I do want them to have a second match. So Seth needs this. Yeah. Rollins. Like Cody beat him 3 times. He can't be beat by a 4th person. Yeah.
But Riddle's going to get the win back at Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
CM, who you got?
Riddle.
I got Riddle too. I think
I don't even care about this match. They both annoy me.
This is just one of those.
I didn't even watch it. I don't care.
This is just one of those. I prefer Riddle over Rollins, so I don't care. It's a toss-up to me.
No.
So I'm just going with Riddle because I like him better.
For you, yeah. Sure. As humans, I don't like them. So
I miss Randy Orton.
I don't. He can stay gone. Take his little wife and Reby Hardy with him too.
All right. How about Bianca, Alexa, and Asuka versus Bayley, Io, and Dakota? I cannot remember the name of Bayley's faction. So
Damage control.
Control.
Yeah, it's stupid. So I'll just call him Bayley.
I feel like Bayley's faction kind of has to win right here because
yeah,
like if they had won the tag titles, they could have afforded to lose here. But since they didn't win those tag titles, I feel like they actually need the win now.
Yeah, I don't like heel Bayley, but I think you're right. I think they have to win here.
Totally agree. Control needs to win.
I don't think they're gonna win.
Yeah.
Really?
And I think what will happen is them not winning will make them snap, and they will go crazy and break a whole lot of people, and we're gonna have some banger ass matches. I also think that if Bayley stays on Raw, she will beat Bianca. And then Io and Dakota will beat the champions and they will have all the gold.
Yeah. I think that's in the future for them. I think they'll have all the gold at some point.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen.
All right. Moving on to the SmackDown Women's Championship. Liv versus Shayna.
I want
the first time.
So bad.
Who do I think or who do I want?
Who are you picking?
Who do I think or who do I want?
You have to decide that.
I'm going with my heart. I want Shayna to squash Liv Morgan. I want it to be less than 3 minutes. One hit of the elbow and
choke her out. No doubt.
Remember that Elimination Chamber match? Yeah,
but she just killed everybody.
What she did there.
She was just staring dead in people's eyes like, you next. I want that. I need that. Shayna Baszler needs to win. She needs it. Liv is Liv. She'll be all right.
Exactly.
Shayna.
Later.
Shayna wins and dominantly. That's what I want.
And there's more money in a Shayna versus Ronda match than it is Liv versus Ronda match.
That's the one I want. Shayna versus Ronda, and I want to see Shayna kick the shit out of Ronda.
Yes.
What, Royal Rumble? Royal Rumble? That
I don't even care.
Yeah.
I just want to see her beat the hell out of Ronda too.
Well, hell, could get it for Extreme Rules.
Ooh.
Speaking of Ronda, the Ronda segment on SmackDown this evening was terrible as usual.
Because Ronda.
I don't know if you guys saw
Adam
it,
Pierce? Is he a
right?
Is he a baby face?
He is saying everything that we wanted to say to Ronda that we cannot say because security gets in the way.
Right?
But then they booed him, but then they cheered him.
Then they booed him, and then they cheered him, and then they booed him again. And...
Because they're piping them in. He did not lie. Not one little bit. Get rid of her.
On True Heel Heat, Kenny Bolin said that Ronda Rousey is terrible because she has she's a wrong facial expression. She doesn't have charisma in the ring. She's not good on the microphone. And I agree wholeheartedly with all of that. And I thought all that shined tonight. I thought she was bad on the ring. I think her fucking stupid raccoon makeup looks dumb. I think her the whole thing is just a bad presentation. She's not right for wrestling. She may be right for MMA. She's not right for wrestling.
For MMA. She loses.
She's not right for MMA, but she's definitely not right for wrestling. Like she just is wrong for wrestling. So moving along, Universal title, Roman versus Drew. What y'all think?
Roman.
You're going with Drew?
I'll go with Drew.
I'm going with Roman, even though I really want Drew to win. This is my Vince hat, Triple H hat, I guess. Now it's Triple H hat. I think Roman wins, but I really want Drew to win. I would be much more apt to pick Drew if it was for one title. Like, I feel like if there's some way for Drew to win one of the two titles, then yes, but I don't think he's going to win both titles. Not this weekend.
I think that's what's going to end up happening in like Extreme Rules. It's going to be for one title, and that's when Roman loses. Should it be like that? No. Will it probably be like that? Yes.
Yeah, my niece was screaming for like a crack kid one moment, so I had to refocus. It's Roman. It's Roman. They did a very great job of building up Drew to make you think, have like a little bit of doubt, but it's Roman. It's Roman.
In my dream scenario, Sami Zayn beats Roman for both titles.
Right?
And is the unified title holder, the
Baby,
undisputed universal, huh?
You need to wake up from that dream.
I know, right?
It could work though. It could work.
If it could ever work, it would be with Triple H as the head of creative, right? I mean, obviously not under Vince, but with Triple H, you never know. Like, I don't think it'll work, but
it's gonna be like a long reign. I did it just for a month.
Just for a month, just so we can get a Sami Zayn reign.
Just for 1 month. Just for one.
Just for 1 month.
Well,
all right, so then go ahead.
Karrion Kross, and we got Austin Theory.
Austin Theory ain't no.
He's Money in the Bank holder.
But still no. Still no. He won that under Vince. Vince is gone. We don't know. I'm not like Triple H right now. It's like, okay, how do I get this belt off this fool? It's like, give me 6 more months to figure it out. But he's not winning the belt. I'm sorry,
well,
he's not.
Who do we want to see face them? Do we want to see Drew face them or Roman face them? I think Roman could lose the title, take a bit of a break, be back in time for the Royal Rumble, win that, and Roman can get the main event at Mania. And Drew might not even be champion by then.
I still think Cody's the right person to get the belt off of Roman for right now for Mania. Because like I said, for Mania, you have to, if whoever has the belt should be the main event, and then you'll have Roman versus Rock. That's still the plan. And right now, Cody is the one that has the most.
Because I have, has anybody stated that's agreed to?
It was under Vince.
I mean, that's a speculation. I mean, that's what all the talking heads have been saying, right? Sean Ross Sapp, all those guys, all the insiders talk about how that's ultimately what they want to do, right? Is Rock versus Roman, and that match doesn't need a title, right? In fact, if you're doing a 2-night WrestleMania, right? Roman loses on night 1, and then The Rock and Roman wrestle on night 2. Some sort of fallout because the Roman loses, right, or something to that effect. But that doesn't need the title, so. I don't know. I mean, they've done this stupid thing. This is my issue with building up champions for too long. Like, there's just nobody right now that seems to be able to really beat Roman, even though I want people to beat him, but they haven't done enough to build anybody else up to be at that level. Not even Drew. I mean, they've done a little bit, but not enough, not to really make you think he's going to win. So I don't know. I mean, it's that Jade effect. It's the Triple H effect, just too overbooked, and it's I don't know.
Yeah.
So if we move on to,
Cody
go ahead.
Back. I think when Cody comes back and Royal Rumble hits, that's when it'll be like, okay, who's getting the belt off of Roman?
So the last one we're gonna do picks for, I got here the card for, is NXT Worlds Collide. Let's see if I can say it properly. Shit, in the bottom I wrote NXR World Collide. Geez. Let's see. So obviously they're unifying a bunch of titles. All the NXT UK and NXT titles are being unified. So NXT and NXT UK tag team unification match. Gallus versus Creed Brothers versus Jensen and Briggs. Who y'all got?
Gallus.
That's my pick. Sammy? Are you unanimous, Gallus?
I don't think I'm going to be going with the UK team on this one because I think I'm going to be giving it to the UK people for a lot of the other matches.
You going
Really?
Creed Brothers? So you're going Creed Brothers?
I'm going Creed Brothers.
Creed Brothers. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how many matches NXT UK actually wins, but
Yeah.
I think this is one of them. NXT Women's Tag Team Championship. Casey Canizaro, I refuse to call her Katana Chance, and Kaden Carter versus Nikki and Dewdrop.
I would really hope for Nikki and Dewdrop a return to NXT, a lengthy title run, bring a bit of prestige to the titles there in NXT.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Casey.
Nikki's a former women's world champion.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Casey and Caden to retain just because I think they're going to have a little bit longer run, and I don't think that Nikki Ash and Dewdrop are destined for NXT like their main roster.
I think it'd be good for them and good for NXT, just for them to be over there for a while, like how Mandy did.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I'd rather see Nikki and Dewdrop. I just think that Casey and Caden win. What about you, Siam?
Nikki Cross and Piper Niven.
Thank you.
I appreciate you calling them those names instead.
Oh no, I think they're going back to those names too.
Are they? That'd be nice.
Heels.
I would like for them to do it at the pay-per-view, for them to just come out with their old names instead.
Right?
You don't have to say anything about it; just do it.
I think what will either happen is they lose, and they snap and turn heel and go back to their old names, or they win and they're like, "F y'all, you didn't like us when we were nice and friendly, so now we're just gonna beat up everybody on this roster till we get what we want, and what we want is whatever we want."
Hilarious.
Yeah.
So mad. My heel turn includes dropping my name and going back to my other name. Like, fuck you, drop. That was a face name. I'm going back to Piper Niven. That's hilarious. All right, Annika, who you got?
I want Nikki and Dewdrop to win, Piper Nivens, but Katana and old girl, they just got the titles.
Yeah.
Like if they had them for like a month, I would have like straight up go, oh, Nikki and Piper, but they just got them.
I'd like to remind y'all again of Dakota Kai and Raquel, whatever her last name was in NXT. 2 times.
Gonzalez Rodriguez.
Happened 2 times.
It did.
I'm going
all right, NXT. Go ahead, Jimmy.
I just wanted to say I would like to see a faction of Piper Niven, Nikki Cross, and Alba Fire on NXT.
I'd be all for that.
That'd be dope.
All for that. So NXT North American Championship, Carmelo versus Ricochet.
Carmelo.
That was CM that said Mello?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just because he roasted the hell out of Ricochet.
Unnecessarily. It was so unnecessary.
It was deserved. It was well deserved. It was well deserved.
I gotta go with Mello. I know not to bet on Ricochet.
Yeah, I mean, I like Ricochet a lot, but I don't think he's getting his due in WWE, and I think Mello wins here. I think they think Mello's a bigger star than Ricochet.
He is. He can talk and wrestle.
Dang.
All right, Annika, who you got?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Mello. Yeah.
All right, unanimous Mello. All right, unifying NXT and NXT UK Women's Championship. Mandy Rose versus Meiko Satomura versus Blair Davenport. Who y'all got?
Go with my heart. Meiko Satomura. It's that straight up heart.
Yeah, I'm going Meiko too, just because I think that a couple British wrestlers, well, not British, I guess, NXT UK guys are gonna, not NXT, you guys are gonna win, and I think Meiko wins here.
It's not for me to leave NXT. Like y'all rebranded her enough for her to go back to definitely SmackDown, because SmackDown needs some bodies. So yeah.
All right. I think that Mako is going to have Mandy dead to rights and is about to win, and then Blair causes Mako to lose.
And Blair gets the win, or Liv
Yes.
wins? I'm not Liv.
Blair.
Mandy. Blair.
But I
All
think
right.
that
Agreed.
up to that moment, it looks like it's going to be Mako.
Agreed. For that exact same scenario. And plus, it makes sense because B. Priestley embodies the UK style, and she's also going to be based in the US. It makes the most sense if you're going to unify those belts, put it on someone who is new and who's going to be in NXT for a little while. Mandy is old, Mandy is stale, Mandy needs to leave the whole company. Mako, I don't know if Mako actually wants to stay in the US.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No, I can see that. That does make sense.
If she wins, who does she face? Because people, like, a lot of these women cannot take her style.
That's true. I hadn't thought of that. All right, so our last match on our last card here, predictions, NXT and NXT UK Men's Unification. Braun versus Tyler Bate. Who you got? Sammy? You want to do the honors?
I'll be the controversial one. I'm going Tyler Bate.
Yeah. That's not that controversial. I'm going Tyler too, honestly, because I think that Braun's going to the main roster. I think Braun's going to SmackDown, and I think that Tyler's going to have a little bit of run on NXT.
And I think Tyler's going to choose to keep the UK title and carry that instead of the normal NXT one.
It's
interesting.
That title is sexy, man. That title is sexy as hell.
And then I want Trent Seven to come back, and I want to see Tyler Bate versus Trent Seven again.
That is the reason. Oh God. I want Tyler Bate to win, but I feel like Trent will come back and cost him the match. Or Trent comes back, he cheers on Tyler Bate wins, then he beats the shit out of Tyler Bate and beats the shit out of Braun Breaker.
It's like,
I want my Trent Seven back.
But you think Tyler's going to win, or you think Braun's going to win because of?
I'm going to say Tyler, because I need Tyler to win.
All right. And Annika, you're the last one.
I don't think Braun is ready, though, for the main roster. I know, Aaliyah's up there, so anybody's ready. But I think, like, for Braun, when they call him up, it should be an immediate into the main spot, right? And I think he still needs to figure out the B part of his ABC match itinerary. With that being said, Walter threatened Tyler Bateman, so I'm gonna go with Bate.
I wouldn't want one of those shots.
Sammy thought he was going to be the anomaly, and we all went Bate unanimously. We all went Tyler Bate unanimously. So
watch us all be wrong.
We'll all be wrong. Hey, at least we'll all get it wrong.
All together.
So that was the last pick on the last card of the weekend that we're going to make predictions on. Anyone got any closing words?
This week's going to be good.
What a weekend we are in store for.
Thank God we have Monday off.
Right? I agree. Gonna need it after all this wrestling for sure.
Yeah.
And probably some antacid on my end.
Stop eating all the spicy food, Sammy.
I'm getting hot wings for the pay-per-view. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, hot wings from where?
Well, I don't have a Wingstop, so Buffalo Wild Wings is my option.
Oh, those aren't even hot. Those aren't even hot. You'll be
I like Buffalo Wild Wings. I don't do Wingstop.
I like them too, but Wingstop is cheaper.
And they have bread and cheese fries.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I guess that wraps it up. And we'll be back next Friday for another Rampage watch along. Thank you all for tuning in, and anyone that watches this, and for supporting this channel and stream. Everyone have a good night. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the wrestling. All right. Talk to y'all later.
Bye.